Have you ever tried everything, but still felt like life was working against you? Have you held on so tightly, only to feel more pain and more stress? Have you wondered if peace might come, not from holding on, but from learning to let go? Hello, my friends, welcome back to Son.Mindfulness. This is your space for calm, clarity, and healing. If you're over 50, if you've lived through enough to know that control doesn't always work, then this video is for you. These next few minutes may shift how you see everything. Today, more people than ever feel overwhelmed. We try to fix everything. We push, we plan, we hold on for dear life. But what if all that effort is what's blocking the very things we're hoping for? What if the key is not in doing more, but in doing less, in letting go? In Buddhism, letting go is not weakness. It's wisdom. It's how we stop resisting and start receiving. It's how we align with the natural flow of life. In this video, you'll discover 7 timeless Buddhist principles that help us live with more peace. Not by chasing, but by trusting, by softening, by letting go of what no longer serves our highest self. At Son.Mindfulness, we explore teachings that calm the mind and open the heart. We share wisdom rooted in mindfulness, compassion, and inner strength. If this speaks to you, please subscribe to the channel, share it with someone who needs a little more light today, and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. May you always be strong in health, steady in peace, rich in happiness, and lucky in love. Now, are you ready to find out why letting go could be the most powerful thing you do next? Part 2. Setting the stage. Why letting go is the path to peace. Have you ever wondered why the harder you try, the more things seem to fall apart? Why is it that despite your efforts, life still doesn't go your way? Could it be that your grip is just too tight? In today's world, control is mistaken for power. We plan, we force, we chase. We think success comes only when we never stop pushing. But what if that belief is the very thing keeping you stuck? What if the secret isn't in holding on tighter, but in learning how to let go? In Buddhism, there's a timeless truth. What you cling to, you suffer for. The more we hold, the heavier life becomes. The more we fear losing, the less we're able to receive. Think of your life as a river. When you try to dam it, the water fights back. But when you trust its flow, it leads you gently forward. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means giving in to a higher rhythm, to something wiser than your plans, to the natural unfolding of life. The Buddha taught that life is governed by impermanence, anicca. Everything changes, everything passes, and because of that, nothing should be gripped with fear. Letting go is not weakness. It is profound spiritual intelligence. It takes strength to trust. It takes clarity to release control. Think about it. Have you ever tried to force someone to love you? To make an outcome happen on your timeline? To fix someone who didn't want to change? Did it ever truly work? The answer is often a painful no. That's because forcing is resistance, and resistance creates suffering. Letting go, on the other hand, is the practice of non-attachment. It's not about being careless, it's about being clear. Clear about what's yours to influence and what's not. One of the greatest Zen masters, Thich Nhat Hanh, once said, "Letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness." We spend years chasing peace, but the truth is, peace has always been waiting for us to stop chasing. Let go of timelines. Let go of old identities. Let go of what was never yours to carry. Because only when you let go can something new come in. Only in open hands can life place its blessings. Imagine a clenched fist. It can't receive anything. It can't even hold water. But a relaxed, open palm? That's how the universe gives. The law of karma isn't about punishment. It's about reflection. The universe echoes what we offer. So if we cling to fear, it mirrors fear. If we vibrate with trust, it brings more to trust. Ask yourself, are you allowing life to move through you, or are you blocking it with fear of the unknown? Letting go isn't one moment, it's a daily practice. It's learning to loosen your grip when fear creeps in. It's choosing surrender over anxiety. It's walking forward, not knowing, but trusting. There's a powerful story from the Mahabharata. When the warrior Arjuna stood frozen on the battlefield, uncertain and afraid to act, Lord Krishna reminded him, "You have control over your action, but not its outcome." That is the essence of letting go. Do your part, release the rest. Many people reach the middle or later stages of life and ask, "Why am I still not at peace? Why do I feel like I've missed something?" The answer may not be that you need more. It may be that you need less control, less pressure, less fear of letting go. Letting go doesn't take away your power, it amplifies it, because true power is calm. True power is trust. So what if you tried something different starting today? What if you surrendered the need to control just a little? What if you could finally breathe because you finally chose to let go? Pause for a moment, really think about it. What might open up in your life if you stopped holding on so tightly? Letting go may be the one shift that brings everything else into place. And now, let's explore how 7 timeless teachings from Buddhism can guide you in this art of letting go and receiving so much more. Part 3. 7 core teachings of Buddhist wisdom. 3.1. The universe responds to your vibration, not desperation. Have you ever noticed that when you're desperate for something, it seems to run further away? Why does it feel like life holds back the very things you chase with all your heart? The truth is simple, yet deeply powerful. The universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you are while you want it. Your vibration, your emotional and energetic state, speaks louder than your words. When you're filled with fear, lack, and neediness, your vibration says, "I'm not enough. I don't have enough. I'm scared I'll never receive." But when you operate from peace, trust, and gratitude, your vibration says, "I'm already whole. I trust in life. I'm grateful for what's coming." The energy of desperation repels. The energy of calm receives. Let's pause for a moment. What kind of energy have you been radiating lately? Are you striving from fear or trusting from fullness? Here's a story I'll never forget. A woman in her mid-30s had been trying for years to have a child. She followed every medical path. She prayed, meditated, cried. Her heart ached every month when the test showed no line. Over time, the pain turned into pressure. She tried harder, she controlled every detail, and still nothing. One day, she finally gave up. Not out of bitterness, but out of surrender. She said to herself, "If it's meant for me, it will come. I'm ready to live fully, with or without it." She truly let go. Months later, without treatment, she conceived. She was calm, joyful, and finally at peace. It was when she released the desperation that life made space for her deepest desire. Why? Because letting go shifts your vibration from lack to abundance. And the universe always echoes your frequency. Not your request, but your energy behind it. Buddhism teaches this through the law of karma and dependent origination, paticca samuppada. Everything arises based on conditions. When your inner condition is fear, you generate fear in your world. When your condition is gratitude, the world opens up in return. This is not magic. This is alignment. When we are caught in craving, we create resistance. When we let go, we invite flow. Think about how flowers bloom. They don't beg the sun to rise. They simply open when the light arrives. They trust the rhythm of life. So I'll ask you, where are you still holding on too tightly? What desire are you chasing with clenched fists? Can you breathe into that space and let go even just a little? Sometimes we believe that anxiety is love, that worry is care, but in truth, they are both rooted in fear, not faith. Letting go is not giving up on your dreams. It's letting go of the belief that you must force them. It's trusting that your vibration is enough to attract what's meant for you. In Buddhist philosophy, dukkha, or suffering, arises from attachment, not from desire itself, but from being enslaved by it. When we let go, we end the cycle of craving and begin the path of receiving. Let me ask you directly, What would it feel like to trust the timing of your life? To believe without proof that what is yours is already on the way? Wouldn't that bring more peace than your panic ever did? You are not being punished, you are being prepared. And that preparation happens in your vibration. When you practice letting go, you begin to emit trust. You move from grasping to allowing, from hoping to knowing. Remember, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So raise your frequency, not by chasing, but by choosing calm, by embracing patience, by being grateful in advance. The universe is always listening, not to your words, but to your energy. And when your energy is calm, clear, and open, you become a magnet for everything aligned with your soul. So now I invite you to take a deep breath, release what you're clinging to, and remind yourself, I do not chase. I attract. I trust. I let go. Now that we've felt the power of vibration, let's move deeper. Let's explore how our need to control blocks the very things we long for. Next up, you only block what you try to control. 3.2. You only block what you try to control. Have you ever tried so hard to protect something, only to push it further away? Have your efforts to hold on ended up causing more damage than good? Control often begins with good intentions. We want to help, we want to protect, we want things to turn out just right. But sometimes the very act of controlling becomes the reason everything falls apart. There's a story I heard years ago that stayed with me. A father had one son. He loved the boy more than anything. He worked long hours so his son could have the best schools, the best clothes, the best start in life. But with that love came pressure. Endless advice, constant correction, daily worry. He watched the boy's every step. He warned him about every danger. He told him who to be, how to act, what to avoid. The son began to pull away. He felt smothered, not supported. He made reckless choices just to feel free. In trying to control his son's life, the father had pushed him further from it. It wasn't until the father truly let go, not of love, but of control, that their relationship began to heal. He started trusting his son's path. He replaced fear with faith. He began letting go, day by day, moment by moment. And what happened? The son returned, not just physically, but emotionally. He felt safe again. He felt seen, not supervised. The father didn't lose him by letting go. He found him. We often think control equals love, but in truth, control is fear dressed as love. True love trusts. True love allows space. True love knows when to step back. Ask yourself this: what in your life are you holding on to too tightly? Where are you forcing the outcome, afraid that if you release your grip, everything will fall apart? Is it your child, your partner, your future? What if letting go doesn't mean losing? What if it means finally allowing? Buddhism teaches us that the more we try to control, the more resistance we create. It's like clenching a fist to hold water. The tighter you grip, the less you keep. But when you open your palm, the water rests gently there. When you loosen your grip, you gain more than you lose. Letting go isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing what's needed, then releasing attachment to the result. You can show up fully. You can act with love. You can prepare with care. But you don't have to control every detail to make life work. The Buddha called this wise effort. Do your part, then release the rest. Control comes from fear. Letting go comes from trust. One contracts, the other expands. So I ask you gently, where are you blocking the blessings meant for you? What miracles are waiting if only you'd stop standing in the way? Letting go doesn't remove your influence. It increases your impact because your energy becomes open, not obstructed. Let's revisit that image again. A clenched hand. No matter how strong it is, it can't receive. No matter how determined it is, it can't rest. But a hand that lets go can catch falling rain. It can hold another's hand. It can give and receive and release. You don't need more control. You need more connection. And connection requires space. Space requires trust. And trust, it starts the moment you truly let go. Now that we've softened our grip, let's explore something even deeper. Let's talk about the wisdom found not in speaking, but in silence. 3.3. Silence speaks louder than noise. How often do you sit in silence, not scrolling, not watching, not speaking, just being? Most of us fear silence. We fill every moment with sound, music, news, voices. Even our thoughts never seem to stop. But in Buddhism, silence is sacred. It's not emptiness, it's fullness. It's where truth finally has room to speak. There's a powerful story about a young monk and his master. The student had many questions about life, suffering, and the universe. One day he asked, "Master, what is the deepest teaching you can give me?" The old master said nothing. He simply looked at the student and smiled. Minutes passed. No answer, only stillness. The young monk grew restless. He fidgeted. He cleared his throat. Finally, he broke the silence. "But master, are you going to say something?" The teacher replied softly, "I already did." In that silence, the student realized something profound. The mind shouts, but the soul whispers. You cannot hear the soul when you're too busy reacting. Silence allows us to pause, to breathe, to reflect, to feel. It invites us to let go of mental noise, to let go of opinions, to let go of the need to be right. Have you ever regretted speaking too soon? Have you ever found clarity, not in saying more, but in saying nothing at all? In moments of silence, the mind settles. When the waters are still, we see clearly. When the mind is quiet, the truth appears. Noise is often just fear disguised as activity. We talk because we're nervous. We react because we're uncertain. We fill space because silence feels uncomfortable. But growth often begins in discomfort, and healing begins in stillness. Silence is a teacher. It reveals the root of our suffering. It reminds us that not everything needs a reaction. You don't always have to speak. You don't always have to reply. Sometimes the wisest move is to sit quietly. Letting go of the urge to fill silence is a powerful act. It creates room for peace to enter. It opens the door to awareness. One Zen proverb says, "Silence is the language of God. Everything else is a poor translation." Letting go of noise isn't just about your voice. It's about quieting the chatter within. The inner critic, the replaying of past conversations, the anxiety about tomorrow. Have you tried sitting still for 5 minutes? Just listening to your breath? No goals, no fixing, just presence. Try it today. You may be surprised at how much you hear when you stop trying to speak. In silence, we hear the guidance of the universe. We reconnect with our intuition. We feel our connection to everything. And in that space, we remember, we are not alone. We are supported. We are loved. We are guided. Letting go of mental noise is not easy, but it is necessary. It is the path back to presence. When we learn to be quiet, we hear what matters. When we stop talking, we start listening. Not just to others, but to ourselves. What is your silence trying to tell you today? What wisdom is hidden beneath the noise of your thoughts? You don't need to shout to be heard. Sometimes your calm presence is the loudest message of all. You don't need to understand everything now. You don't need all the answers today. You just need to be still long enough to hear what's already within you. So take a breath, pause, and simply be. And when you're ready, we'll walk into a deeper truth together. Because now it's time to explore one of the most overlooked teachings of Buddhist wisdom: trusting the timing of the universe. 3.4. Trusting the timing of the universe. Have you ever wondered why things don't happen when you want them to? Have you asked, "Why not now?" Or whispered, "What's taking so long?" We live in a world of instant everything. One click, one swipe, one overnight delivery. So when life moves slowly, we panic. When doors stay closed, we push harder. But what if the delay isn't denial? What if it's protection? Buddhism teaches us the wisdom of timing. Everything blooms in its season. Nothing rushes, nothing forces, and yet everything arrives right on time. Let me share a story from the forest. A young monk planted a Bodhi tree outside his hut. He watered it every day. He sat beside it in meditation. But weeks passed and the tree didn't grow. He grew anxious. He dug around the roots. He added more water. He even whispered mantras to encourage it. Still, nothing. One day the head monk came by. He watched the young man pacing in frustration. The elder smiled and said, "Your love is loud, but the tree grows in silence. You cannot force what already knows when to rise." And sure enough, months later, the tree sprouted, tall, strong, and exactly when it was meant to. The same is true for your life. The job you want, the partner you long for, the healing you seek. All of it has a rhythm, a divine pace that your mind may not understand. Trusting the timing of the universe means letting go of your personal clock. It means accepting that life may be unfolding perfectly, even when it looks messy. Letting go doesn't mean giving up on what you want. It means releasing the stress around when it happens. It means staying faithful while you wait. You can want something deeply and still be patient. You can move forward and still be at peace. The butterfly does not burst from the cocoon because it's tired of waiting. It waits until the wings are ready. It waits until the wind is right. When you rush the process, you weaken the result. But when you trust, you empower it. Ask yourself, what are you trying to rush right now? What dream are you so desperate for you've forgotten to enjoy the journey? Can you slow down? Can you let go of urgency and find peace in the pause? Letting go of your timeline is not laziness. It is wisdom. It is the art of alignment. Buddhism teaches about Duyan-Kai, dependent arising. Things happen when the causes and conditions align. Not when you demand it, but when the universe says, "Now it's time." Think about that moment in your past when something arrived at the perfect time. Not a minute early, not a second late. Now imagine, what if life is doing that again, right now? When you let go of timing, you relax your grip. You stop forcing doors to open. You allow new ones to appear. This doesn't mean you stop trying. It means you stop trying to control. Letting go allows you to enjoy the season you're in, to gather strength, to prepare quietly for what's next. The truth is, the universe often moves in silence. It's working on your behalf, even when you can't see it. You don't need to know every step. You just need to trust the next one will come. And it always does. Letting go of when allows you to receive the now. And the now is where miracles are born. So breathe, relax into this moment, and whisper to yourself, "I am exactly where I need to be. I trust the timing. I choose to let go." And now that you've grounded yourself in trust, it's time to look inward. Because what you receive is not only about timing, it's also about what you believe you deserve. Next up, you attract what you believe you deserve. 3.5. You attract what you believe you deserve. Take a moment and ask yourself quietly, do I believe I deserve peace? Do I believe I deserve love? Do I believe I deserve a joyful life? Now pause. Don't rush to answer. Feel it in your body. Notice what rises inside you. Because here's the truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you believe you're worthy of. If deep down you think you're not good enough, you'll sabotage opportunities. You'll reject kindness. You'll shrink from abundance, even when it's right in front of you. But when you believe you're deserving, you begin to receive more of what aligns with that energy. Buddhism speaks to this through karma, not as punishment, but as reflection. Your inner world shapes your outer reality. Your beliefs plant seeds. Your energy waters them. Your life grows in response. There's a story I once heard about a general and a beggar. The general passed the beggar daily and tossed him coins. One day, the beggar stood up and said, "Stop giving me what you think I need. Teach me what you know, because I am not made to kneel forever." The general was stunned, but he respected the man's fire. He trained him. He gave him responsibility. And years later, that beggar became a respected leader. Why? Because he let go of the belief that he was less. He stopped begging and started believing. That shift changed his life. How often do we beg for things we already have the power to grow? Sometimes we pray for peace while holding on to chaos. We chase love while rejecting ourselves. We crave success, but fear being seen. Letting go means dropping the old story. It means releasing the identity that says, I'm not enough. What if your only job right now is to stop arguing with your worth? What would change if you believed, truly believed, that you are worthy of the life you long for? Would you ask for more? Would you speak more gently to yourself? Would you stop settling? Belief is not arrogance. It's alignment. You are not entitled. You are inherently worthy. But here's the challenge. We are often taught the opposite. We're told to be humble, to not ask for too much, to keep quiet, to dim our light. So we shrink, we doubt, we self-sabotage, and then we wonder why the universe doesn't deliver. But the universe isn't judging you, it's mirroring you. If your signal is I don't deserve, it echoes that. If your signal is I am ready, it brings what matches that belief. This is why letting go of limiting beliefs is essential. Because even when life wants to bless you, you must feel ready to receive. Ask yourself, where have I been blocking my blessings? What old belief still whispers, not you, not yet? You are not too late. You are not too old. You are not too broken. You are ready, if you choose to believe it. Letting go of doubt opens the door. Letting go of shame clears the path. Letting go of fear frees your hands to receive. Repeat this to yourself. I am worthy. I let go of what no longer serves me. I am ready to receive fully. The journey from self-doubt to self-worth is sacred. It's not always loud, but it is life-changing. And once you believe in your worth, you'll begin to attract everything that matches it. Now that we've stepped into the power of belief, let's explore a surprising truth. Calmness itself is not a weakness, it's a powerful form of manifestation. Next up, calmness is a manifestation in itself. 3.6. Calmness is a manifestation in itself. When was the last time you felt truly calm? Not just relaxed, but deeply centered, unshaken, still. In our world, calmness is often misunderstood. People say, you're too quiet, or why aren't you doing more? But calm doesn't mean passive. Calm means powerful. Calm is a vibration that attracts instead of chases. Buddhism teaches us that the state of our mind creates the shape of our reality. A calm mind brings a calm life. A frantic mind creates chaos, even in still places. Imagine a lake. When the water is still, it reflects everything clearly. You can see the sky, you can see yourself. But when it's disturbed, everything blurs. Our minds are the same. Calmness is not the absence of movement, it's the presence of clarity. There's a beautiful story about the Zen master Hakuin. He lived in a small village and was deeply respected. One day, a young woman became pregnant and falsely accused Hakuin of being the father. When her parents confronted him, do you know what he said? He simply replied, "Is that so?" He didn't argue, he didn't defend, he stayed calm. Months passed, the truth came out, the family apologized, and Hakuin's response? He just said again, "Is that so?" He remained centered in all storms. He let go of the need to prove himself. He trusted the truth would reveal itself in time. That's calmness. That's mastery. Calmness is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's the energy of someone who no longer chases. Someone who knows their power doesn't need to be loud. When you are calm, you are aligned. Your vibration speaks for you. You stop pushing life, you start allowing it. Ask yourself, do I feel more powerful when I'm stressed or when I'm calm? Do I get better results when I force or when I flow? Letting go of urgency is the first step to calm. Letting go of comparison is the second. Letting go of control is the third. Calmness doesn't mean you do nothing. It means you act with presence. It means you choose clarity before action. It means you respond, not react. Many people think manifestation is about wishing hard or doing more. But sometimes the most powerful manifestation happens when you stop, when you breathe, when you get still, when you tune into what truly matters. Have you noticed how calm people draw others in? How they speak less but say more? That's not coincidence, that's energetic alignment. You don't manifest peace by chasing it, you become peaceful. And then peace finds you. Letting go of noise allows calm to enter. Letting go of control creates room for grace. Letting go of fear invites trust. The next time you face chaos, ask, what would calmness do here? Not weakness, not avoidance, but steady, grounded calm. It changes everything. Repeat to yourself, calmness is my power. I let go of what shakes me. I return to peace. And that peace begins with choice. One breath, one pause, one moment of stillness. Letting go of struggle isn't giving up, it's choosing a higher way. It's walking with grace, even when the world around you runs. And when you begin to live from that calm center, something beautiful happens. You stop chasing miracles, you start creating space for them. And that brings us to our final truth. When you let go, you make space for miracles. 3.7. When you let go, you make space for miracles. Have you ever wanted something so badly that it hurt? And the more you reached for it, the further it seemed to drift away? We've all been there. That place of longing, that quiet ache of hoping, that inner whisper, if I just try harder, maybe it'll happen. But sometimes the more you push, the more you block. Sometimes what you're waiting for is already on the way, but it needs you to stop standing in the doorway. Buddhism teaches that attachment is suffering, not because wanting is wrong, but because clinging is heavy. It leaves no room for grace. Letting go isn't about giving up, it's about opening up, making space, trusting the invisible. There's a story I love about a great Buddhist master. He once carried a heavy bowl everywhere he went. One day a student asked, "Why don't you set it down?" The master smiled. He said, "Because the moment I do, I'll have space to receive something new." He paused and gently placed the bowl on the ground. Moments later, someone offered him fresh food. The student watched in awe. The master simply said, "This is what happens when you let go." We carry so many bowls, old relationships, old identities, old fears, and we wonder why nothing new can find us. There's simply no room left. Letting go clears the clutter. It opens the windows. It invites life to surprise you. Have you ever had something arrive right after you gave up trying? An unexpected call, a last-minute opportunity, a moment of peace you didn't even know you needed? That's not a coincidence. That's alignment. That's surrender at work. Miracles don't come when you're chasing. They come when you're trusting. Letting go of control invites support. Letting go of fear invites healing. Letting go of your plan invites a greater one. We often think miracles are rare, but what if they're not? What if they're always waiting, just outside the door of your resistance? You don't have to force the flower to bloom. You just have to stop pulling at the petals. Ask yourself, what am I gripping right now? What have I been afraid to release? And more importantly, what might arrive if I finally let it go? Letting go doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing your part, then letting the universe do its part. It's planting the seed, watering it with faith, and walking away without digging it up every day to check. When you trust in the unseen, you make room for the unexpected. And often the unexpected is exactly what you need most. Buddhism calls this the middle way. Not extreme striving, not passive waiting, but steady, open-hearted surrender. Repeat to yourself, I am not here to force. I am here to flow. I let go, and I welcome the miracles waiting for me. Because when you release your grip, life rushes in to fill the space, and what it brings is often greater than what you were chasing. So now take a breath. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your heart soften. Letting go isn't the end. It's the beginning of everything beautiful. And now that you've walked through these 7 teachings, there's one final step to complete the journey. Let's gather what we've learned. Let's turn it inward, and let's walk together into the heart of this message. Coming next, conclusion. The peace that finds you when you let go. Conclusion. The peace that finds you when you let go. You've just walked through 7 timeless truths of Buddhist wisdom. You've taken a journey, not just through words, but through awareness. And if you're still here, that says something powerful. You're ready. ready to slow down, ready to trust more, ready to let go of what no longer serves you. What have you realized about yourself through this? Where do you see the weight of control still sitting on your shoulders? We've talked about energy, about how desperation blocks and trust opens. You've seen that letting go doesn't mean giving up, it means giving permission for peace to enter. You learn that you attract not what you want, but what you believe you deserve. That calmness is not weakness but wisdom. And most beautifully, that when you let go, you make space for life's quiet miracles to arrive. So what if you stopped pushing? What if today you just paused, just long enough for grace to find you? Can you allow silence to teach you? Can you trust the timing of the unknown? Peace isn't earned by hustling harder, it's received by letting go deeper. And here's the gentle truth. The universe does not respond to fear, it responds to alignment, to surrender, to presence. Take one more breath. Drop your shoulders, soften your jaw, notice the stillness that's been here all along. You don't have to chase peace anymore, because peace is already chasing you. It's not hiding, it's waiting, right where you stop trying to control. Remember this, you don't need to go find peace, you just need to stop and allow peace to find you. So now I invite you, don't just understand these teachings, practice them. Let them move from your mind into your days. Choose one idea from today. Try it for a week, live it fully, and then come back and share what changed. Because when you live these truths, your world begins to reflect them. What would happen if you made letting go a daily practice? What might you gain if you stopped holding on so tightly? You don't need to become someone else, you just need to return to who you've always been, peaceful, present, worthy. Thank you for walking this path with me today. Thank you for listening, reflecting, and showing up for yourself. If this message brought you calm or clarity, I warmly invite you to like, subscribe, and support the Son.Mindfulness channel. Share this message with someone who needs a little more light today. And most importantly, share your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel after hearing this? What will you let go of today? I read every message, and I honor every heart that writes one. Until we meet again, may you be strong in health, calm in spirit, joyful in your journey, and always surrounded by a little extra luck and love. Be well. Be kind. Be still. Thank you.